Hey yo, what is going on today, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, man, that is right, we are bringing you the cargo or a lorry, whatever you want to call about it. This is a subscriber requested build. Obviously, Contact Plays as mentioned this build to me. I completely forgot about it, so my bad, bro. But yeah, no, it's finished now. It's 100%. It's all right. It runs good. One thing I will say though is, you know, don't expect it to run the smaller, tighter section, because obviously she big, bro. Like, she is a huge car. So obviously not a car, it's a lorry. But yeah, no, guys, that'll be this build will be straight coming at you after the intro, man. Alright, so here we are, man, in the dyno stand here. Obviously, this lorry running at 1,000 horsepower. Obviously, what I wanted to do here is I wanted to make sure that this lorry had enough power to pull, obviously, all that weight that she hauling right now. So I did have it originally at like 900 odd horsepower. And she was running good, but I felt like she was still slacking, you know, so I bumped it up a little bit to 1,000, and now she feeling good. Alright, so she feeling hella good. 1,000 horsepower, 1,200 newton meters of torque as well. Sitting, you know, I really do wish, I'm still saying, bro, still saying exactly the same thing. I wish there was a weight option where you could see like how much she does actually weigh. That would be fire. But yeah, no, anyway, like I say, beyond that, bro, we got spring length. Jump straight into it now. We've jumped straight into the springs. We obviously got to slam this thing as much as possible. So we got 2 centimeters on the front, 2 centimeters on the rear, obviously making this lorry completely slammed. Spring stiffness, bump stiffness, everything like that is bone stock as of right now, man. So if you guys have your own rebound stiffness, your spring stiffness, and also your anti-roll bars, man, if you guys have your own anti-roll bars that you guys like to run, your dampeners, stiffness, everything like that, bro, springs, as I've said, be sure to run that. That's absolutely fine, no problem at all. Obviously everyone's different and everyone wants to run their car slightly different as well. Obviously some people want to run it a little bit sloppy, and some other people want to run it so it's like completely stiff and like hardly moves. But you know, it's up to you. The way you want to run it is completely up to you. Obviously I run it stock, so yeah, whatever floats your boat, really. Moving on to front toe now, we got 0.10 front toe, and in the rear we got negative 0.8 or 0.08, sorry, negative 0.08 in the rear toe. Front camber we have negative 13.01, and the rear camber we have negative 10.01. Moving on now, obviously I've already mentioned about the anti-roll bars, man. If you want to run your own ones, then that's completely fine. Again, caster, we're at here at 6.5 caster with 100% Ackerman angle, running at a 60-degree steering angle. As you can see already, man, we got some big old rims / tires on this thing. So we got 25 inches front rim diameter on the front and the back. So we're running max rims for this thing. I don't know what it was, bro, but like there was a lot of gap in this front fender here, man. There was a lot of gap, and there still is. And like, you know, you can't really fill the gap, you know. So yeah, massive rims still hasn't really done the trick. Obviously exactly the same thing again with the front tire width, bro. Max tire width. Look at the difference. Like, look at that. You're dropping it down 325, and then you got the 425s, bro. Like, look at the look at the difference, man. If you want to run 325s on the front and 325s on the back, that's completely up to you. Obviously I just want to close up a little bit of that gap right there, bro, you know. Obviously she's running a little bit lower if you do run 325s though. There we go. She's definitely scraping on the floor if you run a 325s, but yeah, it looked a bit weird on the back, you know. It looked a bit weird, but with the larger tire it looks alright. So yeah, I'm running larger tires on this. If you want to run that, that's again completely up to you. Obviously for this build, man, we're running 425 millimeters. Obviously on the tire pressure now, we've got 285 kPa on the front and the back, absolutely standard for this car. Obviously for every car that we do, standard tire pressure. If you wanted to bump that up a little bit more, then go for it. If you feel like the truck is still a little bit grippy, be sure to bump that up if you would like to. That's no problem at all. Again, front wheel adhesion, we got 100% and 90 on the back. Once again, you know, trying to get less grip as possible on the rear tires. Obviously trying to spin them rear tires up as much as possible to make this car slower. Well, I keep saying it's a car, bro. It's not a car, it's a lorry. So trying to make the lorry slower. Alright, trying to make the lorry slower. Front wheel track width, we've got 17 on the front and 28 on the back. I know it's a big jump for the track width. I don't really know why, but obviously if we bump that up to 28, look at that. What is that, bro? Ugh. So just gonna put that back in there. Obviously you can run it at 13 or 17. I think is okay. Yeah, 17's alright. It's alright. Obviously, you know, the tire and that is massive, so it's up to you what you want to run. 14 looks okay as well. I might change it to 14. 14 looks pretty good. But you know, that's completely up to you. Again, obviously it depends on what sort of body kit you have. I have the body kit where the fenders on the back go over the tires. That's up to you though. If you want to run open wheel, again, it doesn't matter, bro. It's completely up to you. Obviously, we want to run something crazy, go for it. We've got 35% front tire profile and 35% on the rear tire profile once again as well. Same sort of thing really with that, with all of the builds. Moving on to engine now, as you guys already seen, 1000 horsepower, 1200 newton meters of torque, 0% engine tune-up, 4434 RPM on the max torque, 8000 RPM rev limiter, no supercharger, which means it cancels out the turbocharger air pressure. Obviously sitting at the 1000 horsepower mark. Obviously you can run this at 1001, 1000 or 999 if you can't get the 1000 horsepower on the dot, but be sure to try to, because obviously it makes everything a hell of a lot easier. But you know, especially with gears, is exactly what we're about to go jump onto. So obviously now moving on to gears, here we are. We've got diff lock and ratio, we're at 1.00 on the diff lock. On the final drive, we have 3.00. On first gear, we have 8.00. Second gear, we have 2.95. Third gear, we have 2.81. Fourth gear, we have 2.15. Fifth gear, we have 1.22. And sixth gear, we have 0.99. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I never ever jump into third, fourth, fifth, or sixth in this car. So, in this lorry. So, second gear is your golden gear for this lorry. If you do want to run a little bit of third, then you by all means go for it, but obviously it's gonna probably die a little bit quicker than second gear would do. So be sure to run second if you for most of the majority of the tracks on here, because obviously it's quite a large lorry, so you know, run it on sensible tracks. If you try and run it on something small and silly, then obviously it's gonna be odd, it's gonna be weird, it's not gonna work. So I advise not doing that. But yeah, nah, with the first gear, with it being at 8 as well, really high on the first gear. Obviously, we need to make the damn thing to move, because I put it on 4, what I usually put it on, and the thing just did not move. So yeah, I pumped it up to 8. Hopefully, it should be all good to go. Now, moving on to brakes, here we have a brake torque of 20,951 Newton meters of torque. So if you want to, obviously if you have a heavy trigger finger and you push down on the brakes a lot, if you are going to tandem with this thing, if you're tandeming with other trucks, then by all means, you know, lower your brake torque a bit more so you can tandem with other trucks. But if you're going to tandem with cars, I would probably advise not to, because the camera angles in this game are not the best, and the desync at best of times is not the best either. So yeah, nah, this would be absolute carnage. I probably wouldn't suggest that, but anyway, if you are going to do that sort of thing, then obviously braking torque, obviously if you hold down your trigger all the way, push down your trigger all the way, then be sure to lower that brake torque even more than what I have. Obviously I only half push it in or quarter push it in when I need to brake, so therefore I don't need to push the brake torque all the way down. But however, if you do like to push down on the brake all the way down, then be sure to drop that down even further to make sure that you keep in the tandem trains, and also don't take anyone out who is following you from behind. Moving on now to obviously front brake bias. We have a 60% front brake bias on that, and ABS is on. If you want to run ABS off, that's completely up to you. Again, personal preferences, everything. If you want to run that, go for it. If not, don't worry, man. Okay, so that is everything to do with the cargo or the lorry, whatever you want to call it. We're going to go ahead and jump into some drifting. Alright, so here we are. The behemoth is here on the track, man. Yeah. let's go ahead, get this track underway. Let's see how she does. Obviously, custom track. Once again, we back here in Navarro base with the custom track. As you guys already seen, I think we've done this track, same track. Was it 4 videos in a row now, I think? Yeah, I just love this track, bro. It's a great track to practice on, do whatever the hell you need to do. It's a great track to you know, to test your car out, to be fair. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead, get this track underway. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this, and I shall catch you guys after this run. Alright guys, so that is going to be everything from today, man. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this cargo build / lorry build, whatever you want to call it, man. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Obviously, for more awesome slow tandem builds, I've got plenty of them on the channel here, for whether it be Forza or CarX, man. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Obviously, playlists and everything are in there. If you want to check out any of the CarX stuff or Forza stuff, there are playlists available for you guys to jump into and check out. Obviously, if you did like this video, I'd be appreciated, man. Get this circling around on the analytics, everything like that, bro. It'll be sick. But yeah, no, guys, thank you all for watching, man. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, as I already said, man, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.